Say what you want about the Yankees and their manager, Aaron Boone. I know he annoys a few people, but I'm not going to lie. When he gets angry, he might be the most entertaining manager in all of Major League Baseball. Like, just the way he yells at umpires and just doesn't care. It's fun to watch. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot, and I mean a lot to talk about. Trades. The Orioles might be the most exciting team in baseball right now. The Pirates went full send on the Milwaukee Brewers pitching staff, and the Yankees and the Red Sox, their series, it's been a lot of fun to watch. Remember, guys, if you're going to any baseball games or concerts, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself some money. And also, we are officially less than 1,000 subs away from 400K. If we can get there today, I will give away a free All-Star jersey. They actually look pretty clean this year. I will give that away on my Twitter later today if we hit it. So if you have not subscribed, over 50% of you have not. Today's the day. Try and win yourself a jersey. Now we have some breaking news to talk about. The Atlanta Braves have been very busy over the last 24 hours. They traded for Robinson Cano, and all they had to give away was CC. No, not Sabathia. Cash considerations. That's kind of the joke. Every time that a player is traded for cash, it's usually CC. So Robinson Cano is going to be playing today against his former team, the Mets. And also the Braves had traded away their number 1 prospect. So I consider this a big time trade. So Drew Waters is the number 1 prospect. He is going to the Royals, along with Andrew Hoffman, who is a 6'5", 22-year-old with excellent stuff. The Braves, no pitchers. So the Royals are trying to turn Andrew Hoffman into something special. And Cal Alexander, he has huge pop. He's going to strike out a lot, but this is a big time haul for the Braves, only getting back a single draft pick. So they're also going to be clearing up some money. But yes, the Braves are giving away Drew Waters, the number 1 prospect, Andrew Hoffman, Cal Alexander, in exchange for the 35th overall pick in this weekend's 2022 MLB draft. So there you go. All of the trades wrapped up in one quick little segment. So even though we're done with the trades, we're not done with the Braves, because this was Austin Riley shoving it in the All-Star Game's face. He said, I don't need to be a starter or a reserve. You guys want to snub me? I'm going to take it out on the team that I'm playing against. So there's an RBI. There's a game-tying 2-run home run later on in the 8th, and there is the finale. Austin Riley, his big 3 RBI day proves that not only did he in fact take it personally, just kidding, I don't actually know that, but my man has 23 home runs, 56 RBIs, and a 146 OPS plus. If that is not an all-star player, I don't know what is. Now later today, make sure you guys have your bells turned on. I'm going to come out with a full and complete in-depth video about all the players that were robbed and snubbed from the All-Star game, because there's a lot of them, including Austin Riley. So let me know in the comments, who do you think got snubbed? So if we talked about the Braves, we have to talk about the Mets and the Phillies. Sandy Alcantara is a human buzzsaw, as he literally tears up anything in his path. But wait, if we take a look at the score, it's still 0-0 after 7 innings. That's because not only did Sandy Alcantara throw 7 shutout, but same for Taijuan Walker. They both battled pitch for pitch, and one could even argue with 3 hits allowed, Taijuan was actually better than Sandy yesterday. They both had 7 strikeouts to only 1 walk. So if you're a fan of solid pitching duels, you probably had fun watching this one. Now we are going to need extra innings to settle this, where an error and a Luke Williams single put the Marlins up 2-0. Only needed 1 though, because Tanner Sky has proven to be an excellent closing option. He was in Baltimore last year, and the bullpen for Baltimore has been pretty good with Jorge Lopez, but I guess he was expendable thanks to Jorge Lopez. And I also want to show this graphic right here from MLB Network. Sandy became one of 5 pitchers ever with a sub 1.8 ERA and 130 plus innings pitched in his first 18 starts. Lars Nootbaar, okay, I just wanted an excuse to say his name. He singled home Nolan Arenado to tie it up in the 2nd. And right before we talk about the Cardinals comeback, I want to show this home run from Kyle Schwarber. He is a legitimate cheat code. 28 home runs, 57 RBIs, and a 142 OPS plus. You know who else used to be a power cheat code? This guy right here. I'm going to be seeing him at the All-Star game. Albert Pujols, that was home run number 684 for his career. I hope he goes off in the second half, because he is 16 away from 700. The Cardinals, they're still losing though, when Nolan Gorman ties it up on a ground out and Tommy Edman gives his team the lead after a sac fly. Ryan Helsley continues to impress out of the closing role. He shuts it down for his 7th save. So before we talk about the next few games, I do have a few injury updates to talk about. Yordan Alvarez, unfortunately, is going to be heading to the IL with hand inflammation. He will be missing the All-Star game, which upsets me because I was so excited to see him. And then if we talk about the Rays, Wander Franco, Kevin Kiermaier, and Springs are all going to be out for the next few weeks. And I think that it's honestly fine, because the All-Star break is about to happen, so they might not be missing a bunch of games, considering there's about a week off in terms of time. So let's go ahead and talk about those 2 teams, the Astros and the Rays. Now, luckily for Houston, they didn't need Yordan, as Bregman doubled in Jose Altuve, and the rookie Corey Lee, he delivered 2 separate times, one on a single and then one on a 2-run double in the 7th inning. He is a catcher, by the way, so anytime you get offensive production from a backstop, that is great news. Jake Odorizzi was fantastic. He locked up the all-time bad A's lineup with 7 shutout innings and 7 strikeouts. Kyle Tucker smacked his 17th. So the Astros won without Yordan. Let's see if the Rays can win without those 3 guys. Short answer, not that lucky, because the 2021 NL Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India, blasted a 2-run home run, and then the same for Tyler Stevenson and Mike Moustakas. In 44 games, I want to mention that Tyler Stevenson is a catcher. He's hitting .320 with the 132 OPS plus, and Mike Moustakas now has 200 career home runs. Naquin and Donnie Barrels, aka Donovan Solano, they drive the box score up to double digits. The Reds have won 4 in a row, but the Rays are still holding on to their wild card lead over teams like the Mariners and the Blue Jays and the Orioles. So yes, the Orioles are in the thick of things after winning 7 straight. Let's see if they can make it 8. I kind of already hinted at it in the intro, I think. So if they win this game, they'll be tied with Cleveland for 2 games back of the wild card. And yeah, they beat up on the Angels. They do all of their damage pretty much in the 4th and the 5th innings. 5 different Oriole hitters had an RBI yesterday, with Ramon Urias leading the way with 3 RBIs. I mean, honestly, as much credit as I give to Baltimore, the Halos just are not very good as an offense. I mean, my tweet a few months ago about Reed Detmers and the Angels practicing for October or auditioning, that aged like milk left out in the Las Vegas sun. They have the worst record in baseball the last 2 months. Baltimore, on the other hand, they have won 8 in a row for the first time in 17 years. And again, 2022 is going to be a wash for the Orioles, so any signs of life, it's deeply encouraging, as they have yet to call up Grayson Rodriguez, DL Hall, Gunnar Henderson, Heston Kjerstad, Kobe Mayo, Colton Cowser. They are absolutely loaded. Okay, so I know the Boston Red Sox got beat up by the Yankees a few days ago, but honestly, the season series has been pretty close. You have Franchi Cordero cutting the deficit in half with a mammoth 2-run shot to center, only to have those runs taken back by Matt Carpenter. It's got to be the mustache. It has to be magical. 10 home runs in 64 at-bats. That is just stupid. So the Yankees are now up 6-2, but Jameson Taillon was on the bump, and he has not been good as of late. Vasquez hits a solo home run and then doubles home JBJ in the 6th. That's right before JD Martinez says, "See ya." JD Martinez is hitting .311 with a 140 OPS plus. He has a 144 OPS plus since 2014, one of the best hitters of my generation. Jeter Downs grabs his first RBI on a sac fly, and Trevor Story clears the bases on a double to deep center. The Yankees are still winning the season series by, I think, 1 single game, and they're 14 games ahead for first place, but the Red Sox, I got to give them some credit. They do play the Yankees very hard. So the Toronto Blue Jays and Mariners series has been a lot of fun to watch as well. And if we fast forward to the end of the season, I feel like both of these squads are going to look back and say, you know, if we were better in that series, we might have had a chance to make the playoffs. So Silos has been a menace the last few days. 2 home runs in 38 at-bats. Just kidding. Make that 3 home runs in 39 at-bats. This has been a great trade so far, and Santana is hitting .325 with an insane .450 on base percentage over his last 22 games. I wasn't able to recap it because I took yesterday off, but his first Seattle home run was the day before, and his home run sealed it. So he has been nothing short of clutch for the Seattle Mariners. I kind of want to just skip this game, but look at Zach Greinke pitching like old school Zach Greinke. Kyle Isbell gave his pitcher the early lead, and Zach delivered with 5 shutout frames. He also struck out 5, so he is now just 152 strikeouts away from the 3,000 strikeout milestone. Andrew Benintendi plays Nicky Lopez and rookie MJ Melendez. He singled home a few more. The slick defender Nicky Lopez showed off the stick a little bit as he drove home the 5th and final run as Kansas City takes this series versus the Cleveland Guardians. Now listen, if we didn't have this 460-foot pimp job from Nolan Jones for his first career home run, I would be a little bit annoyed from Cleveland's performance as of late, but 2022 is a wash, just like the Orioles. We are looking for starters in 2023, so let's not get too negative. We aren't the White Sox or the Twins, who are actually prepped for this season, so because we brought them up, let's talk about both the White Sox and the Twins. Javier Baez hit an absolute moonshot on this swing, but I think that angered Chicago because Moncada and Gavin Sheets finally got to Drew Hutchinson, who was not bad, only allowing 2 earned runs. AJ Pollock and Eloy Jimenez made sure that Liam Hendricks could get a save opportunity, and even though he doesn't strike out anyone, he goes 1-2-3 for his 17th save. And I saw a crazy stat on Twitter. The White Sox are 16-3 when facing starting pitchers that wear numbers 38 through 50, so considering they're 41-43 under 500 on the season, they have to find a way to face more guys with numbers between 38 and 50. Byron Buxton is an all-star for the first time. I'm so happy for him. He has 23 home runs and a 140 OPS plus after that one. Oh, and 7 outs above average. He has been the best defender in baseball this year, at least in my opinion. Jose Miranda and Jeffers make it 3-0, and good thing they did because rookie Josh Smith, he cleared the bases to tie it up, but then Miranda got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, and then Jeffers belts a home run in the 6th. Matt Bush, he didn't really have a great this was not a good time at all. He failed this pickoff attempt, and that let Jorge Polanco score easy. Tyler Duffy was back in the closing role, and he gets it done. The Twins are now 8 games over 500 and almost 5 games ahead of anyone for first place in the AL Central. Ooh, look at the Pirates stealing 2 games from the Brewers. So they won the game before, and now this one. It was a relatively close game going into the 6th, and the Brewers, they actually stole the lead after Brian Hayes went yard. But the Pirates went full Michael Bay on the Brewers, explosions left and right. Michael Chavis had one. O'Neal Cruz annihilated this pitch almost 420 feet. And screw it, let's add one more. Vogelbach with this 3-run home run now has 12 on the season and now sports a very solid 124 OPS plus. The Pirates are still very bad because of pitching, but that offense, it's not too shabby. Speaking of not too shabby, holy blowout. Mackenzie Gore easily had his worst start of his young big league career. Estrada hit a 2-run home run. Austin Slater had a 2-run home run. And the Giants, they teed off for 8 runs before the 5th inning even came to a close. Staying with the whole 5th inning, you have Alex Wood throwing a no-hitter through 5 innings. He was out of his mind with 8 strikeouts and 7 shutout innings, which is pretty solid considering the Padres offense has been very good this year, but over the last 15 days, it has dried up as the Padres have scored the least amount of runs in baseball over the last 2 weeks. The Giants, of course, had no issue as they put up a 12-0 score over their division rivals, and yeah, that was a blowout. Now next up, we have a roller coaster game down in LA. The Cubs actually jumped out to an 8-3 lead after torching Julio Urias and Bickford for 8 runs in the first 3 innings, but here come the Dodgers. Gavin Lux takes a walk with the bases loaded, and then 2 end up scoring on a Patrick Wisdom error. So now it's a 1-run deficit. Scratch that. The Dodgers now have the lead after their all-star starter, Trey Turner, rips a 2-run single. I'm happy that he's starting because his all-star card in MLB The Show is going to be juiced. Freddie Freeman wants to prove that he was snubbed. He hits his 11th home run. He also has 27 doubles, by the way. He then singles home Gavin Lux, who has been on base a ton. The kid has an almost 380 on base percentage this year, talking about Gavin Lux. And Brusdar Graterol was throwing 100 miles an hour with ease yesterday as he throws 2 innings of shutout relief, and he grabs his 3rd save of the year. And last but not least, this game was won in a single inning. Like, I'm not even joking. The Rockies score 2 on a Garrett Hampson double to deep center, and Connor Joe steals the lead with an RBI single. German Marquez was a dog. He was able to get through 7 innings, allows 2 earned runs, and unfortunately, the all-star snub Daniel Bard, even though he grabs his 18th save in a clean 9th and lowers his ERA to 2.2, again, he was not selected to the All-Star game, which makes me sad. All right, everyone, well, that does it for the games from yesterday. Now, before we show the web gems, 37 years ago today, Nolan Ryan became the first human ever to have 4,000 strikeouts. So, again, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter, and enjoy this day in MLB history.
Strikeout number 4,000 for Nolan Ryan.
What has to be one of the greatest feats in the history of this great game.
Roller here, Downs charges, bare hands. Oh, what a play, Jeter Downs.
Good as it gets. Come and get it and barehanded.
Show off, son. That's what you have to do right there.
Rogers hits a fly ball toward the right field corner. Dalton Varsho on the run. What a catch!
And Andrew Vaughn. First pitch is up the middle on the backhand.
Oh,
Baez. What a play!
Gives him a bolt of energy.
He is special. He can get to baseballs you just never thought.
3-2, lined and caught and shortstop by C.J. Abrams.
Finished off a hitter quickly. Down the line at third, Villar comes up with it and slings it for out number 2.
Already, and he has an incredibly strong throwing arm. He's played a number of different infield positions. He's played some shortstop, so you know.
And it's lined and caught. Arcia with a leaping grab, and Soto can't look at it. Lando, tip of the cap from Juan Soto. A leaping grab for Arcia ends the Nationals' 3rd. Ground ball to the hole. Backhand Trey Turner springs to his feet. Helped by Freeman. Beauty on both ends. 2 gloves. This glove here and the glove over at first base.
That one one's out toward left center field. Here comes Schwarber on the run. He dives. He made the catch. What a play by Kyle Schwarber. And there's the second out here in the 6th inning.
This is hit deep to center field. Alec Thomas backing up to the warning track, to the wall. He's got another one.
Feet too. He knew where he was. He could feel the difference from the grass onto the